Dark Castle, Chimps, start with a sub in the top left corner of that bottom right pool. Put it as top left as humanly possible. The better you place this, the less chance you have of losing on round 7. After that, get a dart, place it in the top right corner of that dirt patch, line up the right dart monkey hair with the outside line of that wooden bridge, or as close to that as you possibly can. If you got the placement right, you'll barely snipe that red on round 6, and then you'll proceed to beat round 7. If you lose to round 7, that's okay, just restart and try again. Make sure auto start is off during round 7. And then buy a second sub in the bottom left corner of the top right pool this time. And then set the targeting on your first sub to strong after you've bought that second sub. Then you can turn auto start back on and just chill for a little bit. Get twin guns on the top sub when you can. And now we just save up a little bit for Obyn. So this strategy is a follow-up guide to my first Dark Castle guide, because that one used pre-emptive strike instead of Spirit of the Forest. And while it works just as good, it's not nearly as sexy in my opinion. I think the Unholy Trinity is a lot cooler. The Avatar of Wrath, Spirit of the Forest, Obyn Trinity is kinda awesome. At least in terms of looks. So during round 13, turn off auto start. We do not need Obyn to beat round 13, which is really nice. At the end of 13, get Obyn and place him in the kind of bottom left area of that top right grassy patch. He should just barely be able to see the edge of that wooden bridge right there, and he should barely be able to see a tiny patch of grass on the left side there. Make sure you set him to strong and then hit play. And now you can turn auto start back on. His placement here isn't really too precise. As long as you follow those guidelines, strictly, you'll be completely fine. A little bit here and there, no problem. Round 15 looks like it gets close. It always looks like it gets close, but you never lose to 15. Unless your placements are like horrendously bad. During 17, or at the end of 17, get a Spactry behind the wall of the castle there. Get long reach on it. And then save up for smart spikes. You need to get this before 18, but not before 17. Get smart spikes on the spike and then set it to smart. The great thing about this Spactry on this map is it carries the first 55 rounds no problem. Get faster production during 23 as soon as possible. And then get even faster production during 25. At the end of 28, get long life spikes on the Spactry. And then get an Alk and place it as far to the right as you can, next to the Spactry. Give it acidic mixture dip, so 200, and then just save up for Berserker Brew. All these rounds should be completely hands-free. You don't need any abilities or anything like that. The Spactry just takes care of everything, which is what makes it so good on this map. Get Berserker Brew during 34. Then get Stronger Acid. And the Perishing Potions during 35. Now we simply save up for Deadly Spikes on the Spectre. Again, all of these rounds, 36, 37, 38, 39, completely hands-free. Even 40 hands-free, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Spectre and Elk is kinda busted. Even though Permaspike sucks, still busted. So as soon as you can, get Deadly Spikes. You want to be spamming the button so that you can get the Deadly Spikes out as soon as possible. During 39, I'd recommend you turn off Auto Start. And make your sub a 202 in the meanwhile, so get Advanced Intel first. And then get Airburst Starts. Turn Auto Start back on, hit play for round 40. You don't have to do anything. The Airburst does enough damage to the Moab that the spikes kill it before the spikes run out. During 42, get Stronger Stim. After that, get a Druid and place it to the right of Obyn, as close to him as you can, and also as close to the path, so as low as possible. Take your time with the placement, you don't need to place it down quickly or anything like that. Once you've done that, give it Hard Thorns and Heart of Oak, so 1-2-0, and then 1-3-0 when you can. Leave the targeting on first, it's not going to change the entire game. So we still have no camo detection, but that's completely fine because the Spectre just carries. During 47, turn off Auto Start so we can place villages a bit easier. At the end of 47, get your first village. Place it in the middle of that grassy patch. It should have both Obyn and the Druid in range. The outside marker should barely see that. Just the edge of the water there. So right there, and it should barely see a bit of that left track. Those are the markers you want. The placement isn't too precise, just follow that and you'll be completely fine. A bit off here and there is okay. Second village should go to the left of the first village. Directly to the left, not up and down any. Make sure you get the discount upgrades on the first village before you buy the second village. And then make the second village a 102 and the first village a 012. Just so that we know that the middle village is the radar scanner and the left village is the jungle drums. At the end of 48, place your second druid. It's going to be in range of one village to the right of the first druid. Place the third druid above the second druid in range of both villages. Place the fourth druid above the first druid. Place the fifth druid above Obyn. Place the sixth druid to the left of Obyn as low as possible. And then place the seventh druid to the right of that first village, again as low as possible. Make sure that the left druid is in range of the final druid when you give it druidic reach. As long as that is the case, proceed to upgrade your druids to 014s. Now what order you do this in does not matter at all. You'll be completely fine regardless of how you choose to upgrade your druid, so worry not. I think the best way to do it is to upgrade a singular druid to Poplust at a time, but if you want to take them all in stages, that's completely fine. Turn auto start back on, there's no reason to have it off here. Make sure you give your leftmost druid Heart of Oak. He's the only druid that's going to have Heart of Oak. And then just continue to upgrade the other druids to Pop Blast. My mate Dorio actually informed me that Gwen has a better synergy with Avatar than Obyn does. And I think that has to do with the heated up buff and the upgrade it gets when Gwen gets to level 17. But I find with Obyn, it's a much easier mid game, and it's a lot less RNG dependent, because the heated up buff with Gwen is entirely like RNG based. I don't think there's a way to control it until you unlock the second ability. But anyhow, don't worry about that. When you get Wall of Trees, I'd recommend you place it down. First move the targeting as far back and to the middle of the track as possible, and then just place it. During 56, get Jungle Drums on the left village. And then continue to just upgrade your druids to Pop Blast. Make sure you have Wall of Trees up as much as possible. You don't actually need it at all, like at all in this run, but the more it's up, the better it is. Get Pop Blast at the end of 60, and now you should have 6 Pop Blast druids, meaning that the one on the left has a 5 out of 5 buff. During 62, get a glue, place it in that grassy patch. Make sure it's in range of one of the villages, so the leftmost village, obviously. And then give it 0, 1, 2. Before 63, make sure that your Wall of Trees is up. So if it goes down like mine just did, just use the ability and re-up it. I don't believe you actually need Wall of Trees to beat this round, but if you don't, it just lowers the amount of spikes that are on the field, so consider using Wall of Trees. After 63, give your glue 0, 2, 3, so glue splatter and Moab glue. And then buy an alk and place it as close to the left track as possible, right above that druid. That's going to become the avatar. Make the alk a 3-2-0, so Berserker Brew with Perishing Potions. Get Stronger Stim right at the end of 66. So here I don't have all the trees up. You can have it up if you'd like. But just make sure to collect any of the money that comes out of your Wall of Trees. That's very important. The more money you collect from Wall of Trees, the faster you get Spirit of the Forest. Get Radar Scanner during 69, just so we can forget about it. You don't need it for any rounds except the DDT rounds, obviously, and round 78. So just make sure you get it before 78. Sooner is always better. And now we're completely set. There's nothing else to do until we save up for Avatar. So make sure you put your Wall of Trees down like I just did. And I'll see you when we have enough money for Avatar of Wrath. We're back during 84. Get Avatar of Wrath ASAP. You don't need it to beat the round, interestingly, but it looks super cool, so why not just get it? Also, if you're close to Avatar of Wrath, money-wise, you can use the Wall of Trees ability to give you a bit of extra cash, but there's literally like no balloons that get into the Wall of Trees in like 13 rounds, so it kind of doesn't do that much. But still, the extra $3 you get probably doesn't hurt. Once you've got Avatar, get a MIB so we can forget about it. And so that we can hit DDTs, obviously. And yeah, just sit back and watch Avatar cook everything. I don't even believe the Alk is strictly necessary, it just makes the rounds go a lot faster, so that can't hurt. Get Jungle's Bounty on your middle path druid when you can. Make sure it's on first. Again, the targeting does not really matter, but first is probably the better option, but strong is also completely fine. Yeah, Avatar just destroys everything. Except the DDTs on round 95 for some reason, which you'll see in this run. In the last run it destroyed the DDTs, but in this run it doesn't do that so much, and a lot more get into the wall of trees. Regardless, you literally can't lose, as long as you follow my steps, so no problems there. The glue gun is kind of crucial on this map. The utility of the glue is way, way, way too good. If you wanted to, you could probably give that top the left village primary training if you want, but it's like entirely useless, honestly. It doesn't change anything, so it's just a waste of money. But we do have some money left over after we get Spirit, so you can spend that on whatever you'd like. 94. Sometimes a difficult round, not on this run. There's literally no difficult rounds on this run, except round 7, which is like, it's a placement thing. 95. This is what I was talking about. Sometimes you'll have 3 DDTs that get sucked into the wall of trees. Sometimes you'll have a lot, like me. I think this has to do with more so the avatar's targeting than the Alk buff. If the avatar's targeting the Moabs too much, it doesn't hit the DDTs. Something like that. But regardless, make sure you have the wall of trees up for 95. As long as you do, you'll be completely fine. 96, 97, no problem at all. 97 is one of the most pathetic rounds in Chimps. So, as you saw, I just used the Wall of Trees ability there to get a bit of money so that I could get the Spirit of the Forest a bit faster. I get it right at the start of 98. There you go. That helps to just destroy 98. And now whatever money you have, you can spend on whatever you'd like. I get Heart of Thunder, but you do not need to. It's totally useless. It just looks really cool. But yeah, now you don't need to buy anything unless you want to. Round 100. Reset your Wall of Trees. And that's all you have to do. The bad gets completely destroyed. The DDTs get sucked in, and that's the end of it. Enjoy your free Insta. Super easy win, super cool strat. The unholy trinity, as it were. Hope you enjoyed.